Wall breathing. Grab a block, use the narrow space there and squeeze just a little bit between the knees. We're not going to try to kill this block, we're just kind of holding in place. You're not going to go into a wall sit, we're just wall leaning. Okay, so lean back. Notice my knees aren't bent a whole lot. I'm going to tuck my hips, right, pelvic rock, get my glutes to fire. I'm going to kind of push back with my heels so I feel some hamstrings, activating my glutes. I'm slightly squeezing this block so she gets some inner thigh activation here. From here, right, the wall breathing is something we use to train the diaphragm, right, which is the muscle up underneath the lungs and the ribs to help pull air into the lungs and push air out. So what you're going to do is when you get that tuck with the hips, flatten the low back, we're going to reach forward, and so we're getting a little bit of a stretch into the back, and then you'll take a deep breath in through your nose, right? Fill everything you can full of air, and then you're going to let it out through your mouth. And when you do so, you're going to pull your stomach in, trying to drive your belly button towards that wall, okay? From here, when I take my next breath back in, I'm not going to let my stomach relax. I'm going to keep my stomach drawn in, right? Which is going to force that diaphragm to draw the air into the lungs, and we're trying to get the ribs to expand all the way around, so even out my back, out my sides, out the front, without letting my stomach expand. So deep breath in, breath out, pull that belly button in towards the spine, deep breath in. Once you start to feel the air or the stomach wanting to push out, then you stop your breath in and then let it out. And as you're letting it out, you're continuing to try to pull your stomach in, tighten those abs, drive the rib cage down, and try to get as small as you can. Think about like the vacuum pose, where you're pulling in, like that Arnold Schwarzenegger pose, where his stomach is like that small, but his ribs are flaring out. That's the vacuum pose. We're doing something very similar there. Give me about 5 or 6 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth.